Welcome back. Alright, so in today's jersey countdown video, we are up to numbers 450 through 451. There you go, Licorice. Licorice was looking for some treats, so of course, I provide him with treats. That's how you get rabbits to like you. Feed them. So, numbers 450 through 441 today, and this is my second ghost shirt, I think, that I've worn on this countdown thus far. There are other ghost shirts. I think I have 4 altogether. But either way, let us go ahead and start with number 450 on the countdown, and that is the St. Louis Blues first reverse retro. So both Blues reverse retros have been on the countdown now, and I do like this jersey. I don't think it's as bad as some in St. Louis Blues fandom think it is. They do seem to like to throw back to this era of jersey. Of course, they've had a third for a long time, which is being retired now, but the blue version of this, of course, that the reverse retro is based on. But yeah, I like this, and you've not seen that blue one yet in the countdown either. All right, number 449, the Seals. So, Oakland, California Golden Seals, whatever name they were using at the time. These are Oakland A's colors. They tried changing their colors, their logo. They tried changing various things, their name, and the only thing they didn't seem to try was winning. So, yeah, it didn't last in that market, but it gave us some fun jerseys anyways. So, yeah, 449. 448. It is another Hamilton jersey. So, a couple videos back, of course, had a Hamilton Bulldogs. Now this is the Hamilton Bulldogs when they were Montreal's affiliate. Hamilton's had a lot of go-arounds in the AHL, feels like the OHL as well. And, yeah, so Hamilton Bulldogs. You can see the giant H here with the collar around it. So, it's different. It's different. 447. The Toronto Maple Leafs. This is, of course, from the 80s era. And, you know, I know there are people who really like this era of jersey. I wasn't a huge fan. And it's got that stripe down the arm, of course. I kind of thought it was plain when I was a kid. This was one jersey that when it was on TV, I kind of thought it was boring. Might be part of the reason why I didn't really have any sort of affinity for the Toronto Maple Leafs right out of the gate. Although I did like Rick Vive, I did like Builder Lego, a few other players as well. But yeah, Toronto Maple Leafs, this is the 80s style. Of course, they did the 70s one as a throwback too, not too long ago. Just the only difference being the strings down here. But outside of that, it's basically the same jersey. All right, sweaters. There are a couple of sweaters in this portion of the countdown. And there's always that debate about whether they're jerseys or sweaters. I think what they wear currently are jerseys. Because what they used to wear was something along the lines of this. And this is a sweater. This is thick. It's a sweater. This is a Montreal Canadiens jersey. Sweater. And I should point out that I don't know how often this sweater was worn, but it is different. It is very, very different. I got this from the Montreal Canadiens store, and they have these sweaters. At least they've been selling them. Most of them have sold out now, but they're fun. So I got as many of them as I could because they're fun sweaters. And I do like this design well enough. I don't think we'll ever see this on a jersey for obvious reasons. We're not going to see a stripe all the way across like that. So it's something you could do with a sweater you can't really do with the jerseys the way they're made now, which is kind of fun. All right. Moving along. Number 445. The Calgary Flames. The red, black, the very Canuck look of colors, and Blasty, of course, on the shoulders. I like these. I wouldn't mind seeing a throwback. I did mention with the white one, I do believe I wouldn't mind seeing a throwback with it. This one I got, I'm pretty sure this was one I got used on eBay. Like I've said, most of these, of the classic, the like older jerseys, most of them are used. I picked them up used. It works just the same. Nobody knows that what you're wearing you bought used. It doesn't have like a tag on it. So, yeah, CCM, well-made jersey, nice logo. All that fun stuff. I didn't mind the black C on the front. I do prefer what they wear now, but I didn't mind the black C. That sounds weird, doesn't it? I don't mind the black C. I mean, I prefer the Aegean, but Black Sea, it's okay. I'm such a dork. 444. And it's another sweater. This being the Montreal Maroons. This Montreal Maroons, I believe a subscriber sent to me. Now, I've considered picking up a jersey version of this from Royal Retros. But I do like the sweater, and yet I don't wear it very often, right? So when am I going to be like, oh, better grab that Montreal Maroons jersey? They announced an expansion team in Montreal. It's probably not going to happen. Basically, there was the Maroons, there was the Canadians. One was considered to be French-Canadian, and one was considered not to be French-Canadian. It was that whole idea. And eventually, the Maroons didn't make it. But interesting, definitely a maroon-colored jersey slash sweater. This is where I get thrown off, right? You can see here CCM Vintage, so actually made by CCM, and not too shabby. I find it entertaining to have these in the collection for videos such as this. All right, 443, and we got to talk about this ridiculousness. So this is the reversible jersey, right? This is the one that's got the Leafs and the Drew House on the inside, but it's still got the fight strap. So if you want to run around and look like you've got a tail, this is the jersey for you. And it's kind of too bad because there are a lot of really good elements in this jersey. There are a lot of things I don't mind in this jersey, but some of it's kind of So, yeah, I don't mind like this on the sleeve. That's nice. I don't actually mind the Toronto Maple Leafs logo with that kind of red, that kind of blue, and there's some black in there as well. But I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever see a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey that's black again. So it's going to be a discussion point for that reason only. Of course, now it's dated because it's an Austin Matthews and it's got the A on it instead of the C. Not that I care. I used to. This is one of those things where, 5-6 years ago, I would have been, all right, I got to get the one with the C now. But it's like, forget it. Captaincies change so often in the NHL, I don't really care. But yeah, so Austin Matthews, and yeah, I could still wear Matthews. The Marner one, probably not, but Matthews I can. All right, 442. The Utica Comets. This is, of course, the Devils colors, and as I mentioned when I showed you guys the white one that was in the Canucks colors, it looks a lot better in these colors, doesn't it? Just the name Comets, the stars and everything, black works with that. The red is awesome. I like this quite a bit. What I also like is the fact that the New Jersey Devils logo is on the shoulder and you can't see it. You can't see it. But it's there. If I hold this up, there you go. See how clear that is? It's like they were designing these and somebody said, look, you got to get the Devils logo on the shoulder. And like, look, that's going to wreck it. We don't want to do that. And so this is what happened. They just went, fine, you won't be able to see the darn thing. It's like Harold Ballard decided on that from beyond. But anyways, yeah, that's 452. Moving us to, or 442, I should say. 441 is the New York Islanders. Their current home jersey. The New York Islanders, I know that there are going to be Islander fans that might not be happy to see this here. Not that anybody watches the collection videos. But I do like some of the other things they've done with their jerseys. You will notice, I don't believe that the third jersey that they had that was labeled a reverse retro, where it was the darker blue, I really like that one. So this one gets into 441 is the spot for this one, and takes us to the end of this video. It's not that it's just, I don't know, the colors. I'm not a huge fan of the Islanders logo. It's okay. I don't expect it to change. I wouldn't ask it to change because I understand this is a tradition that goes back more than 50 years. Just, yeah, I know. There's the analysis that's enabled this channel to grow as much as it has. But, yeah, so 441 brings us to the end of this portion of the countdown. Who am I going to make mad on the next portion of the countdown? Anybody? Let's see, Panthers. Panthers fans might get mad at the next portion of the countdown. Might. So, anyways, there you go. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this section of the countdown. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.